Building a solid digital marketing plan does not start with technology. It doesn't. Even though it involves a bunch of technology, it doesn't start with technology. It doesn't start with marketing techniques. Where it starts is actually with your goals and what you want to achieve and what you want out of this. All of us got into real estate because there was something we wanted, right? Obviously money. And hopefully you had a reason for why you wanted the money, right? I remember when I first got into real estate 20 years ago, almost 20 years ago, my goal was that I wanted to be able to make more than enough money to help my family, to fund the lifestyle that I wanted, and to be able to do mission-related things that I considered tied to my purpose. That was my whole goal in wanting to get in real estate. But what I did not do, I did not set financial goals. I did not set realistic, attainable financial goals. And when I say realistic and attainable, I mean shoot for the moon. I don't mean, let's get a little small goal and let's make sure we can make, 60,000 for the year. We're not doing that. We need to be six figures, well into six figures, not breaking the $100,000 mark. We need to be hitting at minimum 250,000 per year. At minimum, that should be your very minimum goal. Some of the people that I've worked with over the ages have made their annual sales volume may have been 10 million in the beginning, to the brokers that did on average 10 million a month. I still remember going into the meet with this woman. She was a giant in the industry in Orlando. And I was so proud, I'm like, oh yeah, I helped this broker make 10 million, last year. And she looks at me, she's like, well, we do that in a month. And I was like, what? 10 million in a month. And she did every month. If that volume was not at 10 million on that board, then it was considered a bad month. And I only saw it drop maybe once or twice because they had a goal. They had systems. They understood what they were going after. And each one of us have to be the same. You have to have your goal. So with that being said, somebody share some goals, some financial goals with me. Like, what's your number? And to Orlando, yes, we are, no, not netting 10 million in commission a month. No, the sales volume, the production volume, 10 million a month on average. And I watched them do that for 2 years. It's just amazing. They're beasts in the industry.
And it was awesome.
Yeah. So when you set goals, you can set small goals or you can set large goals. If you all have read my book, How to Make Real Estate Work, there's a whole breakdown on setting goals, small and large. And for those of you that have done Reboot with us, you've already gone through this. They're setting goals that are small and they're setting those that are large. So if you decide how much you want to make, don't make it small based on your experience. Don't make it small based on what you think the average sales price goes in your market. Base it on what you are trying to do in your life. So, because that's the whole goal in working, right? It's not just to be busy and waste our time and deal with people that may get on our nerves and transactions that fall apart, right? That's not the goal. The goal is to make money to fund your life. So with that being said, have you all, and you don't have to share what that number is, have each one of you decided what your financial revenue goal is for this year? And is it high? Would you say, are you underestimating yourself or are you challenging yourself to go higher than what you think you can really do? Does your goal scare you? Because it should scare you. You got a bunch of yeses? Awesome.
Yes.
In the right room today. That's awesome.
A little bit uncomfortable you should be with your goal.
Yes.
Myself, for example, I'm working on my third 8-figure company. The first 2 didn't work, but I'm not giving up. The first 2 didn't work, but you keep trying and you learn along the way, right? That's it.
Ross heard one time from a motivational speaker, I don't know which one, but he talked about that the number one, this revolutionized our world about how we thought about money. He said that the reason why people don't get rich is because they don't decide to. And I see that same thing happening in real estate. The reason why a lot of people don't reach that top producer status is because they don't decide to. They're just kind of taking things as they come in, trying to make things work, but they don't get proactive and create an aggressive strategy to go after those things. And they don't stay committed in a way that no matter what comes, that they go after and make it work. So we're going to talk today about digital strategy, what that entails, and then we'll post some things in the group, some checklists that you all have that you can go back over what we talked about today and even look at some resources. So the first thing we want you all to do is analyze your actual digital presence. When you think about marketing, somebody throw out what you think marketing is. Tell me some things of what marketing is.
Yeah, type it in the chat. What do you feel marketing? When you think marketing, what's the first things that come to your mind? Social media posts, advertising, meeting people where they are. Yep. becoming a lead, become a lead magnet, connect to people, getting your name out there, whatever fashion works best, promoting your image online. All right, good responses. How and who knows of your presence? That's really good too. A way for clients to find you. Yep, letting people know who you are and what you do, and branding.
Awesome. That is fantastic. Absolutely everything is marketing. It is. We get people that come to us and they think, same website. Okay, I need a website. Can you help me with a logo? Can you help me with a business card? But as we interact with them, we realize there's so many other things that are missing. Absolutely everything. I think one of you all touched on this. Absolutely everything that you all put out about yourself is marketing. Every interaction, every experience that a person has with you is marketing, because the goal is to get repeat business, right? Get repeat business, get referrals when they have that next major transaction that they're thinking of you as you're my guy, you're my girl. I'm not going to go to another broker, which is what's beautiful about commercial real estate. So what's great about this, your goal is to build a lifetime relationship. The beautiful thing about commercial is that your clients are loyal. They are not like residential agents where you may have sold them a house today and the next time they get ready to buy something, they bought it from their sister or their cousin or their new friend that they met at the country club. It's not like that. With commercial, if you do a great job the first time, you got them for life.
Yes, super important. Lifetime value is super important.
Yes. So you want to make sure that every interaction they have with you is good, because that is marketing. And when I say marketing, this is what I mean. Your company name is marketing, right? It's the very first interaction that they have with, this is the brand. We talked about on the last call, making sure that you turn yourself into a brand. Like from this day forward, none of you anymore are just individual agents. You are a company that you can future pace yourself. You're a company that's got a team and everything else that you want to have. But you have to introduce yourself to the world as a company.
Right.
So with that being said, your company name is a brand, is a marketing asset. Your title, even though NAR is now promoting commercial real estate, which before they weren't really touching that too much, and they do have, I think, some type of new designation as commercial realtor, you got to remember that the people who are in the worlds of finance, they don't go, realtor is the person that helps them sell their house, right? You want to be the advisor, the consultant. So you want to make sure that you check your title, that it doesn't have realtor in it. Your logo, your business cards, your domain name. And this is an area where we see a lot of people get confused. It brings a lot of confusion in, because it's easy to confuse services as a company when really you as a person has one company, right? And within that company, you have services. So you want to make sure that you have one domain name. You may want to get two if you want to focus on your SEO, which we'll be talking about later on. During this 5-week period, we'll be talking about SEO, but you shouldn't have any more than two domains. One that reflects your company and one that's maybe regional. Like we have a client that Denver commercial real estate. We've got Palm Desert commercial real estate. And where's the other? That's a one domain, because that's the region that those brokers are in, and that's what with the keyword show gets a lot of traffic. But then on the other side, there should always be your actual company name. So you're branding your name. Anything else besides branding your name, it may be original, you don't need it, because it only will cause confusion and will slow you down is what it does. And if you're confused, then your ideal client is confused and you're not reaching them.
The thing that Tracy's talking about also is the thing, you don't want to be a commodity. Right? You don't want somebody to look and say, oh, yeah, you're a realtor too. You know what I mean? You want them to look at a brand and be like, wow, and to express what you have that's different in a way that really makes them say, look and pay attention. Like, okay, this is not your typical whatever that is. And like Tracy's saying, it starts with how you name yourself, how you position yourself in the marketplace, what you call your company. Does it look like a company, or does it look like an individual just hawking some stuff? You want to look like a straight up brand.